You think you know everything about cats. You have lived with one of them for several years. You feed it, pet it, watch it sleep on your couch for 20 hours a day. It seems to you that this creature is familiar to you, but in reality, the cat is one of the most mysterious, unexplored, and amazing inhabitants of our planet. And in the next 30 minutes, you will be convinced of that. Today, 100 facts about domestic cats. Some of them will make you laugh, some will surprise you, and some will make you look at your pet with completely different eyes. Let's start with the one that immediately blows your mind. Fact number 1. Your cat never meows at other cats. Never. Meowing is a language that cats invented especially for humans. In the wild, adult cats do not meow at each other. Kittens meow to their mother when they are small. But when a cat meets another cat, it hisses, growls, chatters, but it does not meow. Meowing is your personal language. Every cat develops a unique set of sounds specifically for its owner. In essence, your cat communicates with you in a language it invented only for you. Fact number 2. A cat does not taste sweetness at all. They lack the gene responsible for recognizing sweet taste. When your cat sniffs a cake or ice cream, it simply does not understand why you are so excited. To it, this is just the smell of nonsense. Fact number 3. A cat's nose print is unique, just like a human fingerprint. No two cats in the world have the same pattern on their nose. Theoretically, cats could be identified by their noses, the way people are identified by their fingers. Fact number 4. When a cat rubs its head against you, it is not just showing affection, it is marking you. Special glands that release pheromones are located on a cat's head. By rubbing against you, the cat leaves a scent mark. It is literally telling other animals, "This human is mine." Fact number 5. A cat almost always lands on its paws. And this is not a myth. It is explained by the so-called righting reflex. When a cat falls, it turns itself in the air in a fraction of a second, orienting itself with the vestibular system. This reflex works even in blind cats. However, it only works starting from a certain height. A cat needs time to turn around. If the height is too low, the reflex does not have time to work. Fact number 6. Cats see 6 times better than humans in the dark. Behind their retina, there is a special layer called the tapetum. It acts like a mirror, reflecting light back through the photoreceptors. That is exactly why a cat's eyes glow in the dark if you point a flashlight at them. They literally collect every available photon of light. Fact number 7. The average cat can jump vertically to a height 5 times greater than the length of its body. If a human had the same abilities, they would jump about 9 meters. Fact number 8. A cat spends from 30 to 50% of its waking time grooming itself. Its tongue is covered with tiny hooks made of keratin, the same material nails are made of. These hooks catch dead hairs and distribute oil through the fur, working like a comb. Fact number 9. Cats cannot chew sideways. Their lower jaw moves only up and down. This explains why cats always cut and tear food rather than chew it. They are built to butcher prey, not grind it. Fact number 10. Cats can drink salt water. Their kidneys are so efficient that they can desalinate seawater and use it to hydrate the body. This means that theoretically, a cat could survive by drinking water that would make a human die of dehydration. And now a question for you. Tell us in the comments, does your cat talk to you? Does it have special sounds that it makes only for you? It is interesting how rich your pet's vocabulary is. Let's continue. We move on to biology. Fact number 11. A cat's heart beats twice as fast as a human's, normally from 140 to 220 beats per minute. When you hold a cat in your arms and feel how fast its little heart is beating, it is not fear. That is just its normal rhythm. Fact number 12. A cat does not have collarbones in the usual sense. More precisely, they exist, but they are not attached to other bones. This allows a cat to squeeze through any opening that its head can pass through. If the head got through, the whole body will get through. Fact number 13. Cats walk differently from most animals. They move both right paws, then both left paws. Giraffes and camels walk the same way. This allows them to move almost silently. The center of gravity shifts smoothly, without unnecessary swaying. Fact number 14. A cat has 24 vibrissae, or whiskers, 12 on each side. They are arranged exactly in 4 rows. Whiskers are not just decoration. They are connected to the nervous system and can detect the slightest vibrations in the air. A cat can navigate in the dark using its whiskers without touching objects. Fact number 15. The width of a cat's whiskers is roughly equal to the width of its body. This is no coincidence. A cat uses its whiskers to check whether it can fit through an opening. If the whiskers do not touch the edges, it will fit through. Fact number 16. Cats hear sounds up to 80,000 hertz. For comparison, humans hear up to 20,000 at most, dogs up to 65,000. In other words, cats hear better than dogs. Fact number 17. Each of a cat's ears can rotate 180 degrees, independently of the other. 32 muscles control each ear. A cat can hear a sound behind it without even turning its head. Fact number 18. Cats smell about 14 times better than humans. But there is something else. They have Jacobson's organ, an additional organ of smell located on the palate. When a cat makes a strange grimace with its mouth open and its upper lip slightly raised, it is using this organ. This is called the Fleeman response. Fact number 19. A cat's brain is arranged 89% the same way as a human brain. The areas responsible for emotions are the same in us. This means that cats really do experience emotions: joy, fear, disappointment, attachment. This is not anthropomorphizing. This is neurobiology. Fact number 20. A cat's normal body temperature is 38 to 39 degrees Celsius. This is 1 to 1.5 degrees higher than a human's. That is why a cat always feels so warm when it sits on your lap. Fact number 21. Cats are obligate carnivores. This means they must eat meat. Unlike dogs or humans, cats cannot synthesize certain amino acids on their own: taurine, arginine, arachidonic acid. They get all of this only from animal protein. A vegetarian diet is deadly for a cat. Fact number 22. Cats do not have bitter taste receptors in the same way we do. No, they do still sense bitterness. But umami, that very fifth taste, the taste of meat, cats perceive much more subtly than humans. This is their main taste reference point. Fact number 23. Cats are among the few mammals that cannot digest lactose in adulthood. The milk you give to a cat is a bad idea. After kittens are weaned from their mother, they stop producing lactase. Milk causes an upset stomach in them. Fact number 24. The average lifespan of a domestic cat is 12 to 15 years, but the record is 38 years. The cat was named Creme Puff. She lived in Texas. Her owner fed her bacon, eggs, heavy cream, and coffee. Veterinarians are still confused. Fact number 25. 1 cat year is not equal to 7 human years, as people commonly think. The first year of a cat's life is roughly equal to 15 human years. The second year is another 9. Each following new year is about 4 human years. So a 5-year-old cat in terms of development corresponds roughly to a 36-year-old human. We move on to the topic that takes up most of any cat's life: sleep. Fact number 26. Cats sleep from 12 to 16 hours a day, some up to 20. This is not laziness. It is an evolutionary strategy. Hunting requires enormous energy expenditure. A cat's body is designed for short but intense bursts of activity. Between them, recovery. Fact number 27. Cats dream. Like humans, they have a phase of rapid sleep, the REM phase. This is exactly when you see your cat twitching its paws, moving its whiskers, or quietly meowing. It is hunting, or playing, or reliving its day. Fact number 28. Cats are polyphasic sleepers. They do not sleep in one long stretch like humans. Their daily cycle consists of many short periods of sleep and wakefulness. This brings them closer to some wild predators: cheetahs, leopards. Fact number 29. When a cat sleeps curled up in a ball, it is not just comfortable, it is a protective pose. In this position, the cat covers all vital organs. It is the instinct of a wild animal that, even in sleep, is preparing for a threat. Fact number 30. A cat never fully loses vigilance while sleeping. Even in deep sleep, its brain continues processing sounds, an unfamiliar sound, and the cat instantly wakes up, a familiar one. It keeps sleeping. Your cat knows your footsteps and does not react to them. Now let's talk about behavior. This is probably the most interesting part. Fact number 31. Cats bring you dead birds and mice, not because they want to feed you, or rather, not only because of that. Research shows that they perceive you as an unskilled hunter. They are teaching you. From a cat's point of view, you are clearly not managing well. Fact number 32. Cats take revenge. This is documented. If you leave for a long time, come home late, or ignore your cat, it may deliberately poop in the wrong place, ruin your item, or simply demonstratively turn its back on you. This is conscious behavior, not an accident. Fact number 33. When a cat shows you its belly, it is the highest sign of trust. The belly is the most vulnerable place. However, this does not mean the cat wants you to pet it. Many cats show their belly and then immediately bite the hand that reaches toward it. It is an invitation to trust, but not permission. Fact number 34. Cats are capable of jealousy. If you get a second pet or give a lot of attention to another person, a cat can show clear signs of jealousy. Getting between you, demanding attention, ignoring you, or behaving aggressively toward the competitor. Fact number 35. Cats prefer familiar smells. That is why your cat loves your socks, shirt, or chair so much. They smell like you. In a stressful situation, the owner's smell calms a cat just as effectively as the owner's presence. Fact number 36. Cats do not understand punishment. If you scold a cat several minutes after the misdeed, it does not connect your anger with what it did. Cats live in the moment. The only effective way to influence them is to react immediately at the moment of unwanted behavior. Fact number 37. Cats are easier to train than people usually think. They are just not motivated to please the owner the way dogs are. Cats do what benefits them. The right motivation, a treat, a game, and a cat can be taught commands, tricks, even to open doors. Fact number 38. Cats are capable of empathy. Studies have shown that cats react to the emotional state of their owner. When you are sad or crying, many cats come closer, rub against you, purr. This is not a coincidence. They sense changes in your behavior and respond to them. Fact number 39. A cat perceives direct eye contact as a threat. In the cat world, looking into the eyes means issuing a challenge. That is exactly why an unfamiliar cat is more likely to approach the guest who ignores it than the one who calls it and looks at it. To calm a cat, look at it and slowly blink. This is a feline sign of peaceful intentions. Fact number 40. When a cat slowly blinks back, this is the maximum expression of trust and affection. Scientists call this a cat kiss. Try slowly blinking at your cat right now. Here is the second question for you. Has your cat ever slowly blinked back at you? Or maybe deliberately come to you when you were upset? Write it in the comments. It is very interesting to read stories like that. We move on to hunting and instincts. Fact number 41. Domestic cats are among the most effective hunters on the planet. According to research, the success rate of a cat's hunt is from 30 to 40% of attempts. For a lion, about 25%. Your domestic cat hunts more effectively than a lion. Fact number 42. Cats do not hunt because of hunger. Hunting is an instinct that is not connected to appetite. A well-fed cat will still hunt because this impulse exists outside, separate from the need for food. That is exactly why fullness does not solve the problem of hunting birds in the garden. Fact number 43. Cats have a hunting mode. Before a leap, a cat begins to wiggle its rear in a characteristic way. This is not a strange habit. It is literally tuning its body. The movement of the hind paws helps it find firm support and calibrate the jump. Fact number 44. Cat claws are built so that they easily enter prey, but are difficult to pull out of it. The hooked shape of the claw is a trap. If a cat has latched on, the victim will not escape. That is why, when a cat digs its claws into you during play and then cannot pull away, this is not cruelty. This is design. Fact number 45. Cats deliberately play with prey before killing it. This is also not cruelty. Tired prey is less dangerous. A mouse can bite a cat and cause a serious wound. By exhausting the victim, the cat reduces the risk to itself. Fact number 46. A cat bite is deadlier than it seems. Cat teeth are thin and sharp. They penetrate deep into tissue and seal bacteria inside the wound. A cat bite becomes infected in 80% of cases if it is not treated immediately. Fact number 47. Cats chatter, making a characteristic sound similar to a rattle while looking at birds through the window. There is still no single opinion on what this means. One theory says it is an imitation of birdsong, an attempt to deceive prey. Another says it is simply an expression of hunting excitement. A third says it is frustration from an unreachable target. Fact number 48. Cats hunt at dawn and at dusk. This is their peak activity time. That is exactly why many cats arrange the wildest races around the apartment at 6 in the morning. This is called an evening or morning zoomie, a burst of hunting energy. Fact number 49. A cat hears sounds made by mice underground. Its hearing is tuned specifically to rodent frequencies. When your cat stares intensely at the floor or wall, it may be hearing something you do not hear. Fact number 50. Cats can memorize hunting routes. They patrol their territory along the same routes, refreshing marks and checking hunting grounds. Your cat knows every centimeter of its territory and notices any change in it immediately. Now about a cat's communication with humans. This is especially interesting. Fact number 51. Purring is not always a sign of happiness. Cats also purr when they are frightened, sick, stressed, or giving birth. Purring is a way of self-regulation. The frequency of purring vibrations ranges from 25 to 150 Hz. These exact frequencies accelerate the healing of bones and tissues. Purring is literally self-treatment. Fact number 52. Cats can imitate the cry of a baby. It has been found that when a cat really needs something from its owner, food, attention, it embeds frequencies close to a human infant's cry into its meow. People react to these sounds instinctively. Cats figured this out through evolution. Fact number 53. Cats know their name. This has been proven experimentally. Japanese researchers checked. Cats react to their name differently than to random words, even if a stranger says it. It is just that a cat's reaction is not as obvious as a dog's. The cat hears you. It simply decides whether it is worth answering. Fact number 54. Cats adapt their behavior to a specific person. If there are several people in the family, a cat behaves differently with each one. With one, it is playful. With another, affectionate. With a third, it keeps its distance. It clearly separates relationships. Fact number 55. Cats remember people who treated them badly. They do not simply forgive. If someone hurt a cat or scared it badly, it will avoid that person for an endlessly long time. A cat's memory for negative events is very stable. Fact number 56. Cats prefer when a person lets them initiate contact themselves. Studies have shown that cats stay near people longer when those people do not reach for them first, but wait until the cat comes on its own. This is about respect for personal space. Fact number 57. Cats can sense illness and death. The famous cat Oscar lived in a nursing home in the United States and unmistakably identified who would die within the next few hours. He came to that person and lay down beside them. He predicted more than 100 deaths. Scientists believe that cats detect specific biochemical changes in the body of a dying person. Fact number 58. Cats sense seismic activity before instruments detect it. Before earthquakes, cats behave restlessly, try to run out of the house, hide. This has been noticed and documented in different countries around the world. Fact number 59. Cats orient themselves by the Earth's magnetic field. They can find their way home from a distance of several kilometers. Cases have been recorded where cats found owners who had moved to another city. The exact mechanism is still being studied. Fact number 60. Cats bond with their owners more strongly than people usually think. A 2019 study showed that most cats form a secure attachment with their owner, the same way children do with parents. A cat uses its owner as a safe base from which it explores the world. We move on to history and mythology. One of the richest parts of the cat topic. Fact number 61. Cats were domesticated approximately 10,000 years ago. This happened in the Fertile Crescent region, in the territory of the modern Middle East. The appearance of agriculture created grain stores, which attracted rodents, and those attracted cats. Humans and cats found each other in a mutually beneficial way. Fact number 62. In ancient Egypt, cats were sacred. The goddess Bastet was depicted with a cat's head. Killing a cat in Egypt was a criminal offense punishable by death. When a domestic cat died, the family shaved their eyebrows as a sign of mourning. Fact number 63. Egyptians mummified cats the same way they mummified people. Entire cat cemeteries have been found. Hundreds of thousands of mummies. In the 20th century, some of them were sent to Europe and used as fertilizer. This is one of the saddest historical facts about cats. Fact number 64. In medieval Europe, cats were declared accomplices of the devil and were destroyed. Black cats were especially persecuted. Historians believe that this mass destruction of cats indirectly contributed to the spread of the plague. Rats, which had no one to keep them in check, spread the disease across Europe. Fact number 65. In Japan, cats are traditionally considered a symbol of good luck. Maneki neko, the figurine of a cat with a waving paw, is found in practically every Japanese shop and restaurant. It is believed to bring money and success. The raised right paw attracts money. The left attracts customers. Fact number 66. The first cat in space was Félicette, a French cat. She flew into space in 1963 and returned safely. A monument was erected to her in Paris. Fact number 67. Isaac Newton's cat, named Spithead, according to legend, constantly bothered the scientist by scratching at the closed door. That was when Newton supposedly invented the cat flap, an opening in the lower part of the door. Although historians doubt the truth of this story, the idea is still wonderful. Fact number 68. Cats always lived on Ernest Hemingway's ship. The writer himself kept many cats in his home in Cuba. To this day, about 80 cats, descendants of his pets, live in the Hemingway House Museum in Florida. Many of them are polydactyl, with extra toes on their paws. Fact number 69. The term cat in a bag appeared in the Middle Ages. Fraudsters at the market sold bags that supposedly contained a piglet, but actually contained a cat. The buyer discovered the deception when they opened the bag and let the cat out. The expression, to let the cat out of the bag, is also connected with this. Fact number 70. In Russia, the cat of Kazan Cathedral became a cultural symbol. The Hermitage in St. Petersburg is famous for its guard cats. Officially, about 50 cats live there, protecting the paintings from rodents. Each cat has an official position and a passport. Now the records. This is always the most exciting part. Fact number 71. The longest cat in history was a Maine Coon named Stewie. His length was 123 centimeters from nose to tail. He is listed in the Guinness Book of Records. Fact number 72. The loudest purring cat was a British cat named Merlin. The volume of his purr reached 67.5 decibels. This is comparable to the sound of a working washing machine. Fact number 73. The richest cat in history was Blackie. His owner, British millionaire Ben Rea, left the cat £7 million sterling. The cat became the richest animal in history, according to the Guinness Book of Records. Fact number 74. The most prolific cat was Dusty. During her life, she gave birth to 420 kittens. This is the absolute record among domestic cats. Fact number 75. A cat named Tinkertoy went down in history as the smallest cat in the world. His weight was about 1 kilogram, and his length was less than 30 centimeters. He lived to 6 years old. Fact number 76. The greatest documented height from which a cat survived was 32 floors. A cat named Andy fell from this height in New York and survived. Cats survive falls from great heights better than from smaller ones because, upon reaching terminal velocity, they relax and take a parachutist pose, spreading themselves out. Fact number 77. The highest paid cat in history was Grumpy Cat, the famous gloomy cat from the internet. According to media reports, during her career she earned about $100 million for her owner. Her real name was Tartar Sauce. Fact number 78. A cat named Temlin headed the Scottish brewery Brewdog for several years. His official position was Director of Operations. He attended meetings and was entered into the company's official documents. Fact number 79. Cats are faster than humans in short-distance sprinting. A domestic cat can accelerate up to 48 kilometers per hour. For comparison, the average person runs at about 15 kilometers per hour. Usain Bolt accelerated up to 44, so your cat is faster than Bolt. Fact number 80. Cats have a dominant paw, just as people have a right or left hand. Females are more often right-pawed, males more often left-pawed. This was proven in scientific experiments where cats were asked to get a treat out of a narrow container. We move on to the final block. Amazing and little-known facts about cats. Fact number 81. Cats do not sweat through their skin. They do not have sweat glands all over their body the way humans do. A cat's only sweat glands are on the paw pads. That is exactly why, in heat or under stress, cats leave damp paw prints. Fact number 82. A cat's nose is always moist, and there is a reason for that. A moist nose detects smells better. Scent molecules dissolve in the liquid and make better contact with the olfactory receptors. A dry nose is not always a sign of illness, but a sudden change is a reason to pay attention. Fact number 83. Some cats react to valerian the same way they react to catnip. The substance that causes this reaction is actinidine. The reaction to it is genetically determined and appears in about 50% of cats. Fact number 84. The striped pattern of a cat's fur is called the agouti pattern. Each stripe forms at the cellular level already during the embryonic period. The striped pattern in a tiger and in your domestic cat appears through the same mechanism. Fact number 85. White cats with blue eyes are often deaf. The gene responsible for white coloring and blue eyes is connected with degeneration of the inner ear. If a white cat has one blue eye and one eye of another color, it is usually deaf in the ear that is on the side of the blue eye. Fact number 86. Cats can drink water without wetting their face. They touch the surface of the water with the tip of their tongue and pull the tongue back lightning fast. A column of water is created, which the cat manages to catch. All of this happens 4 times per second. Too fast for the human eye. Fact number 87. Cats cannot stand citrus smells. This is their natural reaction to certain plants that are toxic to predators. The smell of orange, lemon, grapefruit causes disgust in cats. That is exactly why citrus is often recommended as a cat repellent for furniture. Fact number 88. Cats are toxic to many plants. That is, many plants are toxic to cats. Lilies, aloe, avocado, some types of orchids, ficus. All of this is deadly dangerous for a cat. If you have a cat at home, be sure to check your plants. Fact number 89. Cats are one of the main engines of internet culture. According to research, cat videos rank among the most viewed videos in the history of the internet. YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, cats dominate everywhere. Psychologists explain this simply. Cats lower people's stress levels after only a few minutes of viewing. Fact number 90. Cats have a third eyelid. This is a transparent nictitating membrane in the corner of the eye. It protects the eye and moisturizes it. When this membrane is constantly visible, it is a signal of illness or severe stress. Fact number 91. Kittens are born blind and deaf. Their eyes open around the 9th to 14th day. Hearing appears by the 3rd week. Until that moment, they are completely dependent on their mother and find the nipple only by warmth and smell. Fact number 92. Cats are the only domestic animals that are not fully domesticated. Genetically, they are practically identical to the wild steppe cat. Unlike dogs, which changed greatly genetically during domestication, cats changed minimally. In essence, a wild animal lives in your home, and it simply decided to cooperate with humans. Fact number 93. Cats do not need a pack leader, unlike dogs. By nature, they are solitary animals. Their social life is a voluntary choice. If a cat stays near you, this is not habit and not dependence. This is a conscious preference. Fact number 94. There is a disease called toxoplasmosis, caused by a parasite that lives in the intestines of cats. When this parasite gets into the brain of rodents, it changes their behavior, making mice less cautious around cats. In other words, the parasite controls the rodent's behavior so that it ends up with the cat. This is one of the creepiest examples of parasitic control of behavior. Fact number 95. About 1/3 of cat owners admit that they talk to them as if they were people. Studies show that this is completely normal and even useful. Cats react to tone and intonation, and talking to a cat lowers cortisol levels in people. Fact number 96. There are from 100 to 600 million domestic cats in the world. Exact data is difficult to obtain. In terms of the number of pets, cats share first place with dogs depending on the country and the counting methodology. Fact number 97. The most popular cat breed in the world is the Persian. In second place is the Maine Coon. In third place is the exotic. In total, about 70 cat breeds are officially recognized. Fact number 98. Cats spend about 8 hours a day on average looking out the window. For them, This is a form of entertainment, stimulation, and hunting practice. Veterinarians call this bird television. Fact number 99. Cats heal people. This is not a metaphor. Purring at a frequency from 25 to 50 Hz stimulates serotonin production, lowers blood pressure, and strengthens the immune system. Studies have shown that cat owners have a 40% lower risk of heart attack compared to those who do not have a pet. And the last, 100th fact. Fact number 100. If a cat chose you, it is not an accident. Cats choose people whose biorhythms, character, and even smell suit them. A cat is not an accessory and not an interior decoration. It is a creature that made a conscious decision to be near you. And this is probably the most amazing thing about them. And the final question I want to ask you, what exactly do you love your cats for? What is so special about them? Something that no other living creature can replace? Write in the comments. I read every answer. If you like this video, leave a like. It helps the algorithm show it to others. Subscribe to the channel. Here we talk about nature honestly, deeply, and with passion.